Welcome back to Nightly Nonsense, where we make some sense out of the nonsense. I want to make these really quick. My producer does not believe that I am able to do that, but I want to make these quick. So I just want to hit some points, right? One of the things that people are concerned about as Christians today is all this end time stuff. We're talking about it all the time. We're alluding to it, right? First of all, I need you to understand, right? The Bible is super consistent on some things, right? It tells us that we're not going to be unaware of what's going on. So I want to read something to you as a preface, and then I want to go through some things the next few nights, maybe week or so, and I want to just mention some specific things, right? That should be getting your attention. This is just stuff for you to make some sense out of, right? If we're not careful, we can just throw it all under the nonsense label, and then we're going to be in trouble. But in 1 Thessalonians, starting in chapter 5, it says the following. Now, concerning the times and the seasons, you have no need to have anything written to you. Do you see that verse right there? You don't have any need to have anything written. And look at all the stuff that we have written. We got lots and lots and lots of stuff written to us about the end times. Yet Paul says you don't have a need for any of this. Why? Why don't you have a need? For you yourselves are fully aware that the day of the Lord will come like a thief in the night. Well, while people are saying there is peace and security, then sudden destruction will come upon them as labor pains upon a pregnant woman, and they will not escape. But you are not in darkness, for that day to surprise you like a thief. You are all children of the light, children of the day. We are not of the night or darkness. So then let us not sleep as others do, but let us keep awake and be sober. For those who sleep, sleep at night, and those who get drunk are drunk at night. But since we belong to the day, let us be sober, having put on the breastplate of faith and love, and for the helmet, the hope of salvation. For God has not destined us for wrath, but to obtain salvation through Jesus Christ, who died for us so that whether we are awake or asleep, we might live with him. Therefore, encourage one another, build one another up just as you are doing. So I want you to get the concept of this. Paul is saying to people, listen, you know that what's going to happen is going to seem as if it is suddenly. But it's not suddenly, right? God is going to reveal to people. He is going to show things to people that say like, hey, the end is coming. Now, the actual night, the actual day, the actual time that Jesus is going to reappear, nobody knows. Jesus said even he doesn't know. Only the Father knows, right? At some point in heaven, the Father is going to say to Jesus, go get your bride. Go, right? Now's the time, right? There's this sense of anticipation, right? This sense of excitement in heaven of like, when's it going to happen? When's it going to happen? Here's the counter to that. In that excitement, in that anticipation, you have a God who also says, I don't want any to perish, right? He's being patient, trying to give people a chance, opportunities. And part of that chance and opportunities is God revealing that, hey, the end is coming, the end is coming, the end is coming, right? If you pay attention to the sights and the sounds, the things around you, you ought to be getting a sense that things are winding down, that something's going on, right? Again, when this country was ramped up 400, 500 years ago as colonies for England, right? I'm fully aware that we haven't been a country for 400 years. But in the 1500s, when the colonies were being established and things were happening, right? People were coming over here. Life was being established. A culture was being established. And pretty soon a nation was being established, right? When all of that's happening and it's going up. But the whole time the Bible is telling us that, hey, what goes up is going to come down, right? Eventually, right? Things are going to start going south. Things are going to start changing, and there's signs, there's things that we need to look for. So what I need you to do tonight is I need you to think about, to read 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, to read Matthew 24, to read part of Revelation, right? Start getting acquainted with what are some of the things that we should be looking for, right? I want to point some of those out in the nights to come just to give you some stuff to chew on. So chew on this tonight. We'll see you next time. Nightly Nonsense.